Hey everybody! Today I have three Godzilla books, so hopefully I won't mix them up too bad when I'm trying to review them. Uh, the cat has joined us again. What? Uh, so he might pop in and out of screen. Probably not. He's ready to pass out. He was all playing all morning. So, all right, we're starting out with Godzilla versus the Avengers. Fun Godzilla fighting Fin Fang Foom on the cover there. Can't remember if this is Fin Fang Foom was in this issue. They were having a big battle, and the Avengers came to keep the damage collateral down. And it's fun watching these characters all fighting the giant kaiju's and Fin Fang Foom. They make a couple fun. They always got to make references to why is there a giant lizard wearing purple underwear. So they do bring that up as they tend to do when Fin Fang Foom shows up in things. But we also get this Ultron type kaiju mech type thing that appears, and it's because there's a kaiju crew of characters, younger younger scientist types that built this kaiju fighting machine. I don't the thing that I'm curious about, because I've seen the character, and we will see the character later on in another issue, but it's like in this issue, we're seeing this giant kaiju sized character fighting with Godzilla and Fin Fang Foom. And we also, well, throughout this story, you're also dealing with S.H.I.E.L.D. and S.H.I.E.L.D. being responsible for some things in the past and trying to get people together and trying to figure a way to make things work in their favor. But we also have them getting in trouble for well, this is referencing a battle from the past that destroyed uh, a bridge and some stuff around the area. And it's just got such beautiful full page imagery in here to represent the kaiju. They did an awesome job with it. I really enjoyed this issue. But we will see more about the damage and everything in the past in a different version of what's going on. But this character, I don't, through all, well, he's only in two of the issues, but I don't see him in any other form in here other than the kaiju size. So I'm curious. It's like, because, well, I'll just get to the next issues and you'll see what I mean. But that was Godzilla versus the Avengers. Fun little story that came out. Crimson Color Comic Club. Check that out. They did we did a club pick for that comic, but mine wasn't in yet when they did the review. So that's why I'm going through it now. But yeah, if you want a good review of that, check out our Crimson Color Comic Club. Probably Well, I'd say probably 2 episodes ago. You can look at the show notes. It tells what we're reviewing and stuff. This one bummed me out. I got this in my latest box. You can't see it really good, but the corners all crunched. But this is Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe, and has a really nice. Heard the cat. Must be looking for a nice wraparound cover on this one. But in here, I believe this is the story that had some type of. Oh, come on. Why do I have to? Here you see Godzilla fighting a robot there. Oh, what's the Wakandan metal? Why can't I think of it? But we have a story about Mole Man, which I still can't get into that Mole Man character. But this one, he's planning an attack, has all his minions, and they're working on doing their underground destruction. But while they're doing it, it's also causing other issues with them because Mole Man gets a hold of some of that metal. Damn, what is the Wakandan metal called? Uh, but he finds a little vein of it. Of course, being digging under the ground, ripping everything up. I love that image there too. I love the Godzilla books because you get a lot of full page imagery in here in these because they're kaiju characters. They're big. They take up the whole page. Kerplunk. Cat fell over. But the mole man gets a hold of a vein of. Oh, I had the metal in my head for a second. I'm just all. My MS brain's all tired this morning. I can't wake up. My eyes feel like they're still stuck together. Uh, it's gonna bug me until I come up with it. But Mole Man finds it. It's got some. Apparently, when you find that metal, sometimes it's got some type of other powers or I don't know, some type of magic or other metals, specialty metals, rare metals that are connected to it that can cause other things to happen if you use that metal. And Mole Man takes the vein of the metal that he finds and makes himself an interesting little staff. And he tries it out, uses it underground, and when he does, it happens to cause some things happen to awaken Godzilla, and Godzilla is not happy with the whatever the power is that's coming out of the staff, and that causes him to awaken, and then he wants to find out what's going on and destroy the city to find out where this is coming from. We do get Black Panther coming in to try and find out what's going on with the whole metal thing and stuff, and they get a hold of the staff and so they can research it. And cool image of Godzilla popping up out of the water. Yeah, Mole Man, of course, every time. Just anything he does is gonna cause havoc. But we get quite a few characters in here. Even uh, towards the end, you got Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Daredevil, Spidey, Miles, Spider Gwen, and just all kinds of characters that keep showing up, trying to help control and settle down Godzilla. This is an ongoing run, so it's fine with it being Godzilla destroys the Marvel Universe. I'm sure we'll see almost all our characters pop in for that battle. And then this one should be the one that has our kaiju carrot thing appear again. Uh, it's Godzilla. I think it's Kisen. And this one was done by Tim Seeley. I was happy to see that. He did a pretty good job with this. Yeah, it's Kisen. K-A-I-S. Well, Kai-Sei. Kai-SEI. But in this one, we see a New York City that is walled. They have it closed off because of things from the past. But then Godzilla appears, and a little tiny wall is not going to stop Godzilla. Might stop some water damage, uh, but as far as a giant kaiju coming into the city, the wall being like inches high for Godzilla, uh, I don't see that protecting the city much. But I'm guessing they put it up for like a water wall barrier. Here we go. And then again, more beautiful full page layouts. Godzilla attacking, but we got our kids there with their little robot character that they built. And there's a better image on the bottom there. And I was surprised because when I seen them in the other story, I was thinking the one character reminded me of Kid Kaiju, but apparently it's not. So and Kid Kaiju was, or the Kaiju Kid, whatever he's called, was making appearances for a little bit, and I was expecting to see a lot more of him in the future, but then we got to this point and stuff, and when the three kids that built the robot character appeared, I just assumed, which makes an ass out of you and me, that it was Kid Kaiju, the one character, but I found out differently. This character really hates kaijus, and yeah, ended up not being Kid Kaiju or the Kaiju Kid, whatever it is. Uh, and here he is. There's him with some powers going off around him, but he just hates kaiju because of what they did to his city, his family, friends, all that stuff. And then we see what I thought was is it Gamera, uh, the giant turtle, but it ends up being like a giant aardvark instead, like that. Uh, I want to say they called it an aardvark, but yeah, that's the character that Godzilla is battling with in this issue. But then we see uh, kids come in with their robot, and they're getting into the battle again. But in this version or this issue, the robot is human size. So I would assume it's one of those that can grow. I don't know. They do make a mention about Pym particles. Here's our. This is why I was thinking it was a giant turtle because it looks like him quite a bit there in that imagery. But they keep referencing it as it's got no, not aardvark. I think armadillo. That's what they giant armadillo. But they get talking about going after Godzilla, but they also mention Rodan and some King Caesar. But I don't know. It's like the kids that built the robot in this episode show that they have some of their own powers and stuff, and they're even jumping out of a plane to go into battle and stuff. It's just I like that I got the characters in two issues, two different style issues or storylines, but it's kind of confusing to see. I mean, this guy has some massive weaponry that he uses. I just the first story I read with them, the kids didn't look like fighters, didn't represent themselves as fighters. They were just basically builders of the robot and focusing on that. Our gal in the storyline, she gets in trouble during the battle and stuff, and the robot character helps her out, saves her from the giant armadillo creature. uh, they mentioned Anguirus or Anguirus. I don't know if that's the armadillo's name or not. But yeah, these kids are getting themselves in harm's way, and you see some characters finding out what their relationships are and a little bit of why they're doing what they're doing. Uh, their ship gets attacked, and one of the characters ends up going deep into the depths by near our creature, our armadillo creature. That image too, but that'll give away stuff and that I don't want to give away. But this one, I was just gonna get the first issue to check it out, but now I want to know more. I have to know more. I want to know if that character is able to change in size and stuff, because otherwise it's just gonna really confuse the crap out of me story wise. Why one was giant size and the other one's human size. So I'm trying to learn more about that, and I know it's the basically the manga characters being pushed into the Godzilla world, uh, which I was never big on the whole human robots and all that type warriors, but I'm more into the creatures battling it out. Giant lizards, giant flying three-headed lizards, giant moss, giant turtles, all the giant critters. But yeah, these were all fun, all good reads. If you're a fan of Godzilla and you haven't read them, check them out. But I need to know more. And it looks like Godzilla destroys the Marvel universe, and the Kai-Sen issue is ongoing for I don't know how many. I'm guessing maybe like 3 to 5 issues. And as far as this one goes, this was a one shot, but it does mention in the back that it's leading into Godzilla versus Thor. So that should be interesting to check out. Also, they got a ton of Godzilla lately. So if you are into Godzilla, you are getting a treat the past year or so. And hopefully lots more coming in the future. I don't think they're going to be stopping. They're going to put out as much as they can while they can. And they're doing a good job with it. I'm liking it. And I just seen in a month, they're going to start filming. My brain is, come on. The new Godzilla that they had that was so popular um, went back to the old style Godzilla and stuff. It was a great one. It was in theaters not long ago. But everybody that's a Godzilla fan knows what I'm talking about. But I seen something yesterday where they are starting filming in a month on the second movie, so I'm looking forward to that. Uh, I'm not trying to think of it anymore. I'm so tired of my brain not working. It's like I got stuff all in my head, and then I start the show, and then brain fart just leaks right out the ear. Godzilla -1. Ha! I remembered one. I got freaking adamantium stuck in my head with the condom metal. I just can't. My brain will not shift from adamantium. It just constantly keeps putting up adamantium in my brain. Uh, but yeah, Godzilla -1 is filming in a month. I can't wait. That was one of my favorite Godzilla movies. So I really like what they did with that one. But yeah, get your Godzilla on. Keep following Under the Cult of MS. Rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, give us those likes. Leave a comment. I'll comment back. Check out our Crimson Cult Club. You can see our group review on Godzilla versus the Avengers, and you can see lots of other stuff on there. We have a lot of fun with it. So check that out, please. And that also, subscribe, likes, all that stuff. If you leave a comment, Anthony will comment on that one. I need to go and look at them and make sure there's no comments that I should reference. But yeah, we got quite a few episodes out. We've been doing this for years and years now. So I will shut up now and get on with my day. I'm just putting things off because I know I have to go haul stuff from the storage shed. So take care, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.